Welcome back, Twisters, and hey there, hockey fans. Nick here, and today I've got a special ECHL jersey to unbox here. This is a Reebok Authentic, and it's something that I'm especially excited to open up here on this channel because it has something to do with the area that I live in. So you see this backdrop here behind me. This is temporary, by the way. So of course we've got the Seattle Kraken and we've got the Spokane Chiefs. So I'm here in the Pacific Northwest in North Idaho, and so I'm adding a jersey for a team that plays in this region. And speaking of the region, I'm actually going to be in Seattle over the weekend. So on November 19th, that's Friday or tomorrow as I'm making this video, I'm going to be at Climate Pledge Arena watching the Seattle Kraken take on the Colorado Avalanche. I'm very excited to see that. Unfortunately, Nathan MacKinnon won't be playing, but we do get to see Philip Grubauer and Jonas Donskoy taking on their former clubs. And then on the 21st, which is Sunday, I'm going to be at Lumen Field watching the Seattle Seahawks battle the Arizona Cardinals. I'm not sure exactly if Arizona is going to have all their star talent, but nonetheless, I'm very excited to actually see a game there at Lumen Field because I've watched them plenty of times on national television. It's supposed to be super loud and raucous. So even though I'm not a Seahawks fan, I'm actually a Vikings fan. I do look forward to watching Russell Wilson and seeing that crowd in action there. It's going to be kind of cold out there as well. Not like snowing, but certainly an adverse environment for a team like the Arizona Cardinals. Okay, so ready to break into this, guys? Let's open this up. So this is coming from eBay. This was a seller who listed this, I think, at about $90. But then he or she deducted a little bit for me for a discount. And so with shipping, I ended up paying about $90 or so for this. So here we go. Let's take a look. I guess I need some scissors. I actually was using these scissors earlier to cut open a package of bacon. So bacon scissors. Double packaging, I always appreciate that quite a bit. Here we go. Whoa, this thing's big. So this is, I had to just see how that looked in my phone. So this is an Idaho Steelheads Reebok Authentic jersey. And this is not what they're currently wearing right now. It actually has a different crest on the front. But more or less, this is the same sort of motif, the same sort of color scheme. And they are using, I believe, this logo in some sort of form in their marketing. And they're also using what you have here with the shoulders too. Actually, this is much more emblematic of their primary logo right now. So this is what you see here. It is what is actually a rainbow trout, but it's also referred to as a steelhead. However, that's not exactly the same species, I believe, as the state fish of Idaho, which is the cutthroat trout. So a little bit of a difference there, but nonetheless, these trout can be found in the waters here in Idaho. This is looking good. Of course, I appreciate with the Authentics how the logos are sewn on and use this multi-layered fabric here. So you have great detail here. I'll be sure to hold up a photo or something like that. You actually have underneath the arms here, kind of like some of the NHL jerseys did in the 2000s, you have some mesh here as well. So this is something that you could, wear in the hotter months if you wanted, because you'd have sufficient ventilation. And you've got, of course, kind of on the underside here, these sort of motifs with the mountains and the overall sort of landscape that is quite mountainous and craggy, especially in southern Idaho. They have some of the really big mountains in the state. The north is a little bit more kind of lakes and whatnot. You also have this ECHL patch right here. I always like seeing that on jerseys when they have the actual league. And you have the Reebok RBK sort of tag here. So I would assume that this was worn probably about 15 years ago, more or less. As I said before, this is an authentic, so it is a size 48, which is, that's been kind of like a large in the past or maybe a medium. So this is something that should fit me. I'm 6 foot tall. And yeah, overall, I like this quite a bit. And I thank the seller for making it available and providing me a little discount on it. And without further ado, I'm going to try it on. I'm liking this quite a bit. This fits well. It's a good length, a little baggy. So if I wanted to wear something underneath it, that would be fine. And of course, it's pretty cold out here. We're starting to get a little bit of snow, not a whole lot. And yeah, it's a really cool color scheme overall. And of course, part of the state that I live in. That's great. I've never been to a Steelheads game because Boise for me, or Boise, but it's just more phonetically logical to say Boise, I think. But anyway, Boise is a 7-hour drive from where I live, so it would take a while to get down there. But one day I will do that, maybe do some vlogging, and maybe produce a lengthier video on the history of this team. But to briefly summarize the history of the Steelheads, they were founded in 1997 as part of the West Coast Hockey League, or WCHL. So there were some other teams in western states like California. There were teams like the Fresno Falcons, and there were teams in Vegas. There was the Vegas Wranglers, and Colorado had a team as well. And so I believe the Steelheads won a couple of titles as a part of that league. And then in 2003, they made the jump to the ECHL. Now remember, the ECHL used to be the East Coast Hockey League. So the Steelheads and the Utah Grizzlies are the westernmost teams in that league. Now that same year they joined, so it would be 2004, at the end of the season, the Steelheads actually won the Kelly Cup, which is the equivalent of their Stanley Cup. And then 3 years later, they would win yet another Kelly Cup. They haven't done that ever since. They haven't been back to the final. They are an affiliate of the Dallas Stars right now. So that's the Steelheads. I'd like to learn more about them and, of course, check out their arena and watch a game and chat with some fans there as well. So anyway, Twisters, that's going to do it for this unboxing. Again, make sure you stick around because I'll be doing some vlogging from Climate Pledge Arena and from Lumen Field, as well as maybe some hiking and some sightseeing around the area. Of course, it's going to be rainy and dreary, but nonetheless, I'm excited to hang out in Seattle. Always have a great time out there, and certainly one of the more beautiful parts of this country. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you around for more unboxings and talking about jerseys and logos, aesthetics, and all things hockey history and hockey culture. I appreciate you tuning in. Once again, I'm Nick, and I'll catch you Twisters later. Ciao.